Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Eve, your go-to beauty blogger. Today we're diving into the world of DIBS Makeup. I'll be trying and comparing their blush, contour and highlighters to help you find the perfect products for your makeup routine. We'll explore the differences between each product, how they apply and which one might be the best fit for your skin type and style. So whether you're a makeup newbie or a seasoned pro, stick around to find out which DIBS products and shades are best for you. If you're not sure what shade to get, DIBS actually has two complimentary shade finder services, which I've linked below. Now, what I love about DIBS, besides how long lasting their formulas are and how pretty the finishes are, is that they're vegan, cruelty-free, free of parabens, sulfates, phthalates, and many more controversial ingredients. They're also dermatologist tested and allergy tested, and were created for what real people actually want. Now, a lot of their products also have skincare ingredients like hyaluronic acid and jojoba seed oil, as well as their signature vanilla scent. Now, don't worry, I don't normally like vanilla scent, but this is not overpowering or sickly. It's just a very light, slightly sweet, and I've actually never even noticed it on my face before. It wasn't until I read the ingredients I even realized it had a vanilla scent. I'm so excited to try this GlowTour Duo. Look how pretty the packaging is. I love the kind of metallic shimmery pink versus their original packaging, just so super girly. So similar to the original DIBS Desert Island Duo, the GlowTour Duo has a really ultra creamy contour, but where it differs is this is a matte blush and this has a really kind of glowy, dewy blush. All of DIBS products are cruelty-free, which I absolutely love. Now, the GlowTour Duo does come in 4 different shades. I have Starlit. I just thought it would work the best with my coloring. Let me pop both ends up so you can see them. So it's kind of a light beige contour on there, so hopefully not too dark for me. I do have self-tanner on, so I think that's going to work, especially once we've blended that all in. And then on the other side, I normally do quite pink blushes, as you'll see from my Desert Island Duo, which is a very, very rosy pink. This actually does look quite pink, but it's supposed to be a peachy coral glow. Oh yes, that is beautiful. And I almost think like the more tanned I am, the better that's going to look. Look at that shimmer in there. That's stunning. I was worried it might be too glittery, but that doesn't look it. It doesn't look anything like this. This looks really lovely. And I feel like the older I'm getting, the harder it is to wear matte products, especially powders. Powders tend to settle in my fine lines really badly, but I think a highlighter like this is going to be a lot more flattering than a powder highlighter. And these are one of those products that's pretty foolproof. I say that, I'll probably make a mess of it now. But because they are creamy, they are buildable and they are really easy to blend. Now, normally I would use my original DIBS Desert Island Duo to contour, but since we have this new product, I'm going to try this. Normally I would use the brush to contour, but I'm going to apply it with the stick and then blend it out with their double-ended brush. So the idea of this one, dead easy to use. You're going to sweep the darker color, the contour, where you want to contour. I'm going to go under my cheekbones rather than in the middle of them. Let's bring you in closer. And then I'm going to blend upwards with a Desert Island Duo brush. Now, this kind of like looser, really lovely, big rounded head is going to be for your powders. This angled, more kind of dense brush side is going to be for the creamy products. So it's going to be for this. And this is the first time I've used this brush, which is why it's really nice and clean and fluffy, but it is made of really high quality synthetic hairs. So let's go in. And like I said, we're going to go blend upwards, not downwards, because we already went on the base of the cheekbones and we don't want to drag anything down, especially as we're trying to fight gravity as it is. So that's gone in there. I'm going to go in this side. I'm going to do my forehead, nose and jawline as well, but this is blending out really easily, especially as I put quite a heavy stroke on there. And you can just keep building this if that's not enough. It's almost best to do too little and add more because it's very hard to take it off once it's on. Sometimes what I'll do, instead of doing a line under my jaw, I'll just take the brush and then I will sweep upwards along the jawline just so there's never any harsh lines. Let me just do one side versus the other. And I adjusted this side, and the idea is you shouldn't really be able to see it. You don't want to have a massive tide line there, but should just be just enough to try and give your jaw some sculpting. So let's go on the other side. And again, I'm going upwards, not downwards with this. And I did just go in and add more contour on the sides. And what I noticed is, what I love about it, it's not matte. Oh, it's matte, but it's not like a chalky matte. It's still got that creamy kind of finish to it without being too dewy. I'm just going to go in on the forehead as well. And I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to stipple it on, again, rather than lines. That's how I'd normally do. Ooh, don't do that. actually blended in. That just shows you how quick and easy it is to blend in. And then just join, I'm going to join that up around the sides. I'm not too worried about getting makeup in my hair because I'm going to use clip-in bangs later anyway. And the mistake I made with that is I picked up too much product and I was holding my brush too near to the end versus higher up. So I was just putting it on way too heavy-handed. Next up, let's do the nose. I'm going to do all of the contour first and then I'm going to go in with the blush. And what's really nice about this, because the ends are quite sharp on the corners, you're able to get quite a nice fine line. It's not doing a big fat blob of a line. So that'll make it a lot easier to blend out later. Done, just kidding. Okay, let's now blend that in. Okay, I'm just putting powder down the side. I will blend all of that out when I'm done with the rest of my makeup. So let's go on to the pretty blush highlighter side. Now you can either put this straight onto your cheeks or again go in with your brush. Just clean the end off so you're making sure you're not putting on a muddy kind of cheek by blending too many colors where you don't want them to kind of keep some kind of separation. Now DIBS say you don't even need a highlighter with this. It's supposed to be one and done. So we will see. Ooh, that is really pretty. I picked up enough color to do both sides, so I'm going to do that. That is a really pretty shade. Wow. And it's so highly pigmented. I could have used way less product than this, but I'm going out tonight, so I don't mind having a little bit extra. And look, can you see right there, across the top of my cheekbones? That is the highlight you're getting from it. So that is absolutely stunning. I was actually worried this was going to be too glittery and maybe a little bit too youthful. It actually, look, that is lovely. And then I'm going to come in and just use my finger to just kind of make sure that's fully blended in the top there and go in, even with the big brush, just to make sure there's no kind of like lines anywhere. So impressed with that. Let me get rid of this so you can take me seriously. Okay, that is it, done. Oh, wow. I really love that it's a one and done product. It's just so dewy, so light and fresh without being, I was worried this was going to be almost like a little bit glittery and too shimmery versus being just this really lovely natural highlight that actually moves because it's part of the product. You know, sometimes when you have the highlight you've done, it just stays there. But where I'm moving, the light keeps moving. It just looks incredibly fresh and natural. And the color, I absolutely love the color. So normally I would be doing my DIBS contour and blush. And then I would put a powder blush on the top and then I would go back in with a liquid highlighter. So 3-4 steps, which is a lot. This is literally one and done. So brilliant travel product. I do not need a highlighter with this. This is plenty. It's just amazing. If I wanted it to last longer, what I love about DIBS is their products are designed to either be worn on their own or layered. So you could use this and then use something like their powder product over the top to make it last longer. And I'll show you that look tomorrow, just because I want you to be able to see different ways to apply their products, whether you use them on their own, whether you mix them to get the look you want. But when you use the cream and then put the blush on the top, it's going to last longer. It's going to be more long wearing. And if it takes off some of the highlight, you could always go back in with this cream blush afterwards or another highlighter. So absolute winner, totally sold on this. I don't even know if I'm going to use this one anymore because the contour on this one worked so well and the color, wow. Okay, DIBS, love, love, love. Okay, on to the next product. So since I'm wearing a strapless dress today, I'm excited to try this one. I love everything glimmery and shimmery, and I just thought this is such an easy way to use a face and body highlighter. And this is a DIBS Status Stick. It's just one of those products that's so easy to apply. Yes, you could use their contour brush. They do sell one for this, or you can just put it on. And it is designed for both the face and the body to be used head to toe for a really instant shimmery sheen. Now I want to try it because I'm worried anything like this, I always worry it's going to end up too glittery, but that looks a really good color match for me. I'm not going to do a head to toe glimmery look. I'm going to do my collarbones, maybe a little bit of the décolletage, shoulder bones, shins, and then we'll see from there. And this is a shade High Road Highlight if you want to know which shade I'm using. So it's dead easy to apply. Like I said, you can literally just do that, blend it in, or use their contour brush, or even go in with something like this again to blend it out. I don't know if I want to use a brush for this. Yes, I do. And that's an instant highlight. I should have done one side just so you could see the difference. Let me do one shoulder versus the other. Another thing that's really good about this is it's transfer resistant. You know, with some products, they can end up all over your clothes or a greasy mess. It's a bit of a giveaway, isn't it, that you've got it on. This doesn't transfer, or they say it doesn't. So I love that about it, especially as I'm wearing cream. So there you go. You can make that as subtle or as popping as you want. I adjusted more on this collarbone and this shoulder just to really show you the difference. One thing to be wary of with this one is not to overblend, because then it just completely disappears. So just kind of dab around the edges. You don't need to go too crazy with the blending. It's not like your contour. The other thing is it's designed to be worn either on its own, or you can layer it on top of your moisturizer, which I've done. So let's finish off. That's it. I'm going to call that a day with the body glimmer. Obviously, you could do a lot more. I think if you're tanned on vacation, you could create some stunning looks with this. Now, they do say you can use it on your face as well. Because I've already got that highlighter going on, I don't think I need it. I was going to put it under my brow as a highlighter, but that looks highlighted already too. Should we try the Cupid's bow, or even the end of my nose? I know some people don't like the tip of the nose. They say it's a bit distracting. I quite like it. I might do the Cupid's bow and that. So I'm just going to take my finger, like really, really subtle, not a ton. And I would normally do my Cupid's bow before doing my lipstick, not afterwards, but. And I think that's beautiful. You can make it as subtle or as intense as you like. I think that's amazing. Oh, I'm so impressed with these products. Love it. Good job, Dib. Okay, I can't wait to try the powder blush with you tomorrow. I apologize if you hear a load of rattling, but it is super windy here today. But I wanted to show you both the GlowTour and the Desert Island Duo side by side, so you can see the different finishes for yourself and decide which you prefer. So the Desert Island Duo was the only product I'd tried from DIBS in years, as it was recommended to me by my makeup artist. But since trying the GlowTour, I'm not sure how much I'm actually going to continue using this one now. But I think if you have oily or combination skin, you might prefer this. So I'm going to demo this on one side and then the GlowTour Duo on the other side, so that you can see the difference in their finishes. The shade I have is You Do You and Mood Boost, which they call a nude pink, but I'd call that more of a bright, cool pink. And then on the other side, you have your neutral tan contour. Now, they both apply the same way and are dead easy to apply, build coverage, and blend in. They're all really highly pigmented though, so a little does go a long way, and you can easily add more. Now, like most of their products, which I really love about this, it does have skincare ingredients too, like hyaluronic acid. So let's pop this on. Now, the way DIBS recommends applying their products is to just stroke it on and then stipple it on. So that's the way I'm going to do it. Normally, I would do it with a brush personally, but they're DIBS, it's their products, they should know best. So right under there, I'm going to go along the jaw. I'm going to do an X. And I prefer doing an X up high than a line. I feel like it gives more coverage. And then we're just going to do one side of the nose. I've got to remember just to do one side of my face here, because like I said, I really wanted to show you the different products, how they apply, how they build their coverage. And I'm going to use a different set of brushes for this to the GlowTour. And I'm going to go in with this bigger brush for doing my contour. I just like it for blending more. And we're just going to blend everything upwards again. And I feel like you don't need a lot of this product. It is quite dark, even though they say this is for lighter skin tones. I feel like it's quite dark. Now, I don't worry a bit too much about the top blending, because I'm going to put the blush on top of that and blend it together anyway. It's the bottom, and honestly, I do quite like having a line there anyway. And I tend to blend this upwards, not down, again, along the jawline. And into my forehead. Now, the more hydrated your skin is, the easier this is going to blend out. The drier it is, the harder it's going to be. And I'm going to take my finger and blend down here. Excuse my nails, I'm trying to get all of them off today. I use press-ons so I can do a new set tomorrow. And I try not to pull at them, I try to let them come off themselves. I'm not going to overblend because I'm going to powder that. I'm going to use a beauty sponge over the top, so I don't want it to disappear too much right now. So then I'm going to go in with the GlowTour contour stick on the other side, same thing. Right under, oh, I applied too much, right under the cheekbone, because this is a darker colour. I need to use less and not be quite so heavy-handed. And don't worry too much about making mistakes with this, because they're so easy just to get rid of anyway with a Q-tip or whatever you're using, and you're going to blend it out anyway. So I almost feel like the GlowTour is more highly pigmented, and the shade that I have right now is obviously a darker colour than the other one. And my jawline has got a lot more contoured over the years from using my Zip Halo. I was getting that kind of gobble gobble as I've got older, and that has really helped to bring back the definition. I'll put that below in the description as well, so you can see what I'm talking about and a discount code. Things I do for you. I'm going to have a very lopsided face today. It's funny, in this mirror, it looks like it's really well blended in. When I'm looking at you guys here, I'm like, oh, that looks not very blended. But I think we've got the blush on, that'll be okay. I can come back and do it. I don't want to spend too long. So that's the different sides. This is kind of almost a warmer color. It's very matte. It blended in very easily. As I come to this side, it feels like a darker color, and it's almost got a slight sheen to it. Not a lot, very, very similar formula, just a darker color. Okay, onto the blush, because I feel like that's where these really differ. So onto the Desert Island Duo on the pink side. Could pick a little bit up. I'm going to do it this way on the brush. You can obviously just stipple it on, but that's how I'm going to do it. So can you see what I mean? They're very, very pigmented colors. You don't need a lot. And that's why I said I wasn't too bothered about really blending the top of the contour, because I'm coming down into it anyway, so that they're married together, and then you don't really have that top line. Let's finish off the nose. That is one half of the face done with the Desert Island Duo. You can really see it is a lot more matte, but it's still not completely matte. I am still getting that rolling glow on there as well. But let me show you the GlowTour on the other side so you can see how much glowier it is. Glowier? I don't even know if that's a word. And then I am changing brushes again. I'm just going to go in, picking up the colour the same way. And I'm going to go in a little bit lighter, because I feel like, yeah, this one is a lot more pigmented, I'm finding. This brush is gorgeous. It's just so soft and easy to work with. You're not going to be as accurate as you are with this one, but I feel like it diffuses out everything so, so well. And this is why I love the GlowTour, because it is just, can you see that highlight that rolls across really naturally? I'm not going to highlight it. I have a natural highlight on this side, but it's nothing like this side, and I just feel like this is such a better shade for me. I'm just going to finish off blending them both a little bit more so that you can really kind of see the finished effect. Okay, that is it. So you can see they apply very, very similarly. The ingredients on there are quite similar with the hyaluronic acid and jojoba oils. I just feel like the GlowTour is my winning product with this personally, as I do have drier skin, so I found it applied easier. I almost found like the matte one didn't apply and blend out as easily as the GlowTour did. Also, when I was using the Desert Island Duo, I was going in and putting a highlighter on there as well. With this one, it's done. Like, it's such an easy product to use. And I feel like it gives you so much color. You get so much payoff with it. You don't need a lot of product. So it's going to last you a very long time. So the GlowTour Duo does come in another color, but I wasn't brave enough to try their GlowTour Duo in Aura, because that's a pH-powered shimmering blush and a highlighter side, which matches your natural pH to create a custom to you pink flush, along with a clear, dewy highlighter for a glistening finish. I just thought it might be too pink and too shiny for me personally, but if you've tried it, let me know your thoughts in the comments below and let me know whether it's worth giving a go or not. Now, because DIBS products are designed to be layered, I'm going to put this over both of these to show you what it looks like if you want a really long wearing custom color, and then I'll show you what this looks like on its own as well. What I love about DIBS is you can really create so many different finishes and custom blended color with these, and they're really fun to play around with. So this is their Duet Baked Blush 3-in-1 Blush Highlighter and Topper. Can you see how pretty those colors are and how much shimmer that highlighter has? It's stunning. It's another great multitasking product for that really lovely sunset glow. It's also talc-free and an all-in-one blush, topper, and highlighter. Unlike most of their other blushes, it does have that hydrating jojoba and macadamia oils. Now, I tend to avoid powder highlighters, as the issue I have with most of the formulas is that they sit in and highlight my fine lines, making them look even worse, whereas this is supposed to be a blurring talc-free baked formula, which is supposed to amplify the glow while blurring texture and smoothing imperfections. So fingers crossed, because this sounds really good, and this is my first time trying this. And it does come in 5 different shades if you're not loving the look of this one. This is Starstruck, which is a poppy, peachy coral, and then a golden bronze. And I thought it would be really great for the summer or whenever I use a self-tanner. So to apply it, you can either wear the 2 shades individually or blend them for a custom glow. You can also use it as a blush, topper, highlighter, or all 3. Like most of the time, DIBS does recommend using their brush, and I honestly love this brush. I would definitely recommend it as well. So this time, you're going to use this really lovely larger side of it. that's got the looser bristles in there, because this is designed to be used with your powders. And then you can just brush the dome from one side if you want to apply it, the blush and then the highlighter, or from both sides. There's really no right or wrong to this. You do you. Now, having gone too heavy with their products before, I'm going to start quite lightly with this, especially as I already have a color underneath. And I'm just going to stipple it up that way. And then you just tap or swipe it onto your skin wherever you want that sun-kissed rolling glow. Okay, that is stunning, and it really helped to marry the colors together as well. By rolling glow, that's what I was talking about before with the GlowTour. And it's that highlight that moves with your natural highlight rather than being a fixed highlight on your cheekbone. So it just looks a lot more natural. What do we think? I'm going to do the other side so we can see how it sits on top of the GlowTour. And like I said, I'm not picking up a lot of this because I already have quite a lot of color. And we're just really kind of like pushing it in. The other thing with your layering your colors like this, it is going to make it last longer. It's a bit like using setting powder on top of your foundation. I love that. It's a really, really easy product to work with. I just love the feel of their brushes as well. It makes doing makeup again fun. Now, for me personally, I would use this in combination with the Desert Island Duo. I felt like because it's matte, this just helps give you a bit more of a glow. With the GlowTour, I don't think it needs it. The GlowTour already had that natural highlight to it. So that's my personal thoughts on it, but you do you. I do want to just try this on its own as an extra highlighter though, on top of the Desert Island Duo, to try and really make this side pop a bit more. And I'm going to go in with another different brush just to really see how that works, because I also want to see how much it does or doesn't sink into my fine lines, because like I said, that's my issue with powders, is I do find they tend to, instead of making it look like a beautiful highlight, it just seems to settle into these lines and make them look way worse. Just to be fair, and so I'm not walking around completely wonky today, before I do put it on the other side, I do want to show you the difference it's made though. It's almost caught up to that side now, and it's taken it from a pink to a peachy coral. So if you want more of that peachy tones, this is a really good one. But as you can even see from the packaging, we knew this was a bright pink, we knew this was a peachy coral. So it just depends on the look you're going for. If you want a pink, you'd use this. If you want a peach, go for that. There's so many different shades to play around with, but that has just done that. And then that's the other side naturally. Let's just add a little bit of that golden glow to that. Because of my colouring right now, I definitely preferred the pinky tones to begin with, but I can see in the summer, I think this would be a beautiful tone to wear in the summer when I have more of a natural tan or a self tanner going on. And I don't know how blurring that powder is. I think it was more flattering without that on my face, in all honesty. But I am 45. If you're younger, it might work beautifully for you, or you might not have the same issue I have. And I just don't think this is the right colour for me. I should have done their shade matcher. So I will save this for the summer. I think it'll be a beautiful colour for the summer. I'm going to stick with this one for now, the GlowTour Duo. Love, love, love. And then if I want to do something that's long wearing, or I don't want that shimmery finish, I'm definitely going to hold on to this. This is a great product for building coverage, working with creams and powders and highlighters if you wanted a really long wearing look, or something that works really well on camera. But oh, this is where it's at for me, for my skin personally anyway. I have used a lot more brown shades for my makeup today to see if I can make this look more cohesive today and see if it goes better. And I'm going to apply it two different ways. And I've started without a cheek contour, so we can see if this is really a one and done product, because it is supposed to offer those 3-in-1 benefits. So the first way I'm going to apply it is to swipe the brush this way across it. So say this is one of the ways you can do it. So obviously the gold is going to be at the top because that's going to be your highlight, and I am going to sweep it on like that. Yeah, that colour does look so much better today, doesn't it? Yesterday it was not going with everything at all. I'm just going to build that colour up. Because this is quite a big brush, you might want to blend it out afterwards to get rid of some of that excess, because I've kind of covered more of an area than I wanted to. Okay, I cleaned that up, because also not doing the contour, I kind of wanted more of a line there as well. I didn't want it to completely disappear. Now on the other side, I'm going to take a clean brush and do it this way, so we can see if this kind of makes a difference doing it that way. I'm going to apply it a bit higher. I came down a bit low on the other side. You see how quickly that colour builds up? I might even take it across there a bit, just because that's where the sun would naturally hit anyway. Well, when I was just applying it looking straight on, I didn't think there was much difference in the application. But when I come in and start to move more, I feel like where I swiped it separately, you can see more of that golden tone up across the top of the cheekbone, and it's creating that really lovely highlight where it's supposed to. On the other side, it's more of a rolling highlight. It's kind of all over my cheek. So two different effects depending on what you like. I personally like this side more. Did it contour? No, I think I would personally still prefer to do a contour first and then do this on top. Let's do it a bit back to front and put a contour on one side and see if that makes a difference. I wanted to show you directly on to see if you could see any difference. Yes, I think it makes a bit more of a difference. So I am going to do it on both sides just so I'm not walking around lopsided today. And I would definitely recommend doing your contour first if you want to contour, not afterwards, so it doesn't get rid of any of that glow. And if you do happen to do it back to front like I did, if you want to bring your glow back, you can always just go over the top with that blush again. The other thing I wanted to see if this would work with was an eyeshadow. I don't know if it will or won't, but I'm gonna give it a go, and it does. That's quite pretty and it's quite subtle. That's given it a really lovely golden tone and it's kind of married the makeup all together. I really like that. It's quite subtle, but it has darkened the eyeshadow up as well. So maybe if you wanted to take a look from day to night or sunset drinks, because it's are supposed to be sunset color inspired. I do it on the end of my nose. Well, why not? We're just gonna get everything blended together. Why not? Go to town with everything. Okay, it's too dark for a lip highlight. Don't do that unless you're really tanned. And then the last thing I wanted to try with this is as a highlighter for the body. So if you don't want to have two products and don't want to carry that stick with you, I think this might be a good product to be one and done. Let's see how this goes. I have a feeling it's going to be too dark for my skin tone right now. But I think with a good dose of self-tanner, that might be okay. Okay, that is quite pretty, isn't it? It's not actually too dark. It just gives a really nice kind of highlight. So you could definitely play around with this and use it in some more places. So it is a really good multitasking product. I think this is an amazing travel product if you're traveling anywhere sunny or you have a summer glow going on. It will just bring out your bronze tones and it will just create that really lovely sunset look. So final thoughts on all of these products. They are all really long wearing and highly pigmented, but I think the Desert Island Duo is great if you're looking for a more matte look or have oily or combination skin. The Blush Duo is great for vacations to hot places or for when you have a tan to create a really beautiful bronze look in sunset tones. Now, the face and highlighter product is really, really easy to use. And I love that it's not greasy, it's not sticky, and it didn't transfer onto my clothes. However, my new absolute favorite product from DIBS is the GlowTour Duo, which has really streamlined my makeup bag from using the Desert Island Duo and a powder blush and a highlighter, which I have lots of and will use up first, to just the GlowTour Duo. It's really a one and done product. I hate clutter. So this is awesome, especially for traveling, and it really cuts down on the cost of having so many products too. I also think it's really great for mature and dry skin as it has so many hydrating ingredients. The other thing I would buy time and time again whenever it needs replacing is the DIBS double-ended brush. It was so soft, it's so easy to clean, and it almost felt like it was diffusing the product when it went on. It made it so easy to apply, especially the cream formula. Thanks for joining me today. I hope this comparison helped you find the perfect DIBS blush, contour, and highlighter for your makeup routine. I've linked them all in the video description below to make them really easy to find. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more beauty tips and reviews. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what your favorite DIBS product is too. Let me know in the comments below because maybe I will try that next. Don't forget to check out these other videos for more beauty inspiration and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, stay beautiful. Just so you can see. Oh no, I didn't have the mic on. Whoops.